Hey, y'all, gravity. Any day above ground, live it. Before we start this show, we must hold in reverence our black soldiers who paid the ultimate sacrifice for us to not only enjoy, people not calling us the N word all day, every day on the street, every second of the day, but also we have to salute our fallen black soldiers who paid the ultimate sacrifice so we can have the balls and the labia to fight white supremacy, because without them and what they went through, we might not have had the intestinal fortitude to go out there and fight. We have to give them their props. Now, the three brothers you see on the screen today, they did something that, I'm probably going to get in trouble for talking about it, getting in trouble for some things I'm going to say in here. But once again, if you were around when the day it finally happened, Black Light was there, I finally embraced villainy. We're not going to hold no punches tonight, family. We're going to have some frank conversations because I've done this research, and the reasons why these brothers did what they did, we've got to say they highlighted something that the white supremacist does not, I repeat, does not want to admit to. But before we get started, let's see who's in the building, and then we shall begin. Torian Rain, friend to the room, one of the chief moderators. Very good. Hello. I'm sure you're still tired from the weekend down in Dallas, but thank you for being here. 007 Spidey 2, salute to you. And the Ant Report, I hope all is well. We're going to have fun today, family, because today we are going to lionize these three heroes. Yes, we have Micah Johnson, we have Gavin Long, and we also have Chris Dorner, who I believe, because I know when they see this, white supremacists, they all three deserve statues. Yes. Yes, they deserve statues. It will be a beautiful thing. Jay the Informer, hello. 007 Spidey says, if you want, you can make me a mod. I can. Or you can spend the $1 and become a member. Yes, because who knows when I'm be able to stream next, because I start my new job on Wednesday. I don't have the schedule as yet. So who knows? Who knows? Cyberdyne 100, hello. Yes, and your avatar is perfect because these were three Terminators. Yes, but they did terminating for the good of mankind. Yes, they did. And I will talk like this all day because I do not care. I don't care. I don't care. Okay. We're going to start with Micah Johnson. Yes, Micah Johnson. We're going to read his Wikipedia, and you know what I'm even going to do, family, because this is a holiday stream. I will put the link in the description. No, I'm sorry, in the live chat. I will put it in there. If you want to come in and lionize any of your people that might have fallen in the armed forces or these three brothers right here, come through. Come through. But let's begin. Micah Johnson. Shout out to that man. All the white supremacists is going to be upset with me today. I do not care. Because we here have embraced villainy. Yes. But let's begin. Micah Johnson. Now, he did this back in 2016. Yes, he did. In the heat of the... What do we want to call this, family? We want to call it the uprisings. Yes, we want to call this the uprisings. And this was at a time when Trump was on his way coming in. Obama was on his way out. Obama loved him some Black Lives Matter. And Obama set us up to be, as he wished, slaughter and fodder for the white supremacists. But we said, no, 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 no. No, 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 no. We do not do this. Now, I was still in my coon phase, but when this happened, but I was also starting to come out of it. And it was very tough, family, because at that moment in time, it was a culture clash. It was like Harvey Dent. I was like Harvey Dent. I would not let the left side take over. The left side kept tapping me. He said, "Listen, you stop being a coon." And I said, maybe all the cops are not bad. I said that, family. Yes, I did. So it was, I know, when you see me ever in life, you can kick my butt. But then again, this is when I was listening to too much mainstream media, not enough black grassroots. Because I was still on the Sotomayor plane, and he said this was wrong. But then when you do the research, he was correct. But we shall read. And if you're a white supremacist and mad, you can call up too. You can come up and tell me I'm wrong. And we will have a debate, and you will be proven wrong. Thank you. But here we go. On July 7, 2016, Micah Xavier Johnson ambushed a group of police officers in Dallas, Texas, shooting, killing 5 officers, including 9 others. Now, you hear that, and you think to yourself, how dare you lionize this man? How dare you? How dare you? Well, what is the reason? Because, wait, you're a white supremacist. When this involves something with a black person, you do not ask for context. No, you do not. Context is beneath you because you are slow. Because remember what I said the other day, family. What did I say? I said conservatives can't read. We will prove that when we go into Chris Dorner. We will prove this. J.D. Informant says, I used to believe what Roland Martin was preaching. We all did. And then we stumbled on Jason Black and we realized we were wrong. So wrong. But okay. I'm surprised you never did the J. Jonah Jameson impression. No, I cannot speak like a white man. It does not come. It comes off like a coon. Computer robots, good afternoon. Hello. All the way up in Canada. And it is almost June and you probably got 10 feet of snow. I hope you are staying warm. Quick Stanfield, hello. Now we continue reading. 2 civilians were also wounded. Now that was not cool. You do not wound civilians, but okay. Johnson was an Army Reserve Afghan war veteran and was angry over police shootings of black men. The shooting happened at the end of a protest against the police killings of Alton Sterling in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and Philando Castile in Falcon Heights, Minnesota, which had occurred in the preceding days. Alton Sterling was dead. Philando Castile was dead. I wish they would say dead. But it is Wikipedia, so you know. It's Wikipedia. Following the shooting, Johnson fled inside the building on the campus of El Centro College. Now, that was not cool. I know they were not in session, but you do not go to colleges. Don't do that. Police followed him there, and a standoff ensued. In the early hours of July 8th, police killed Johnson with a bomb attached to a remote control bomb disposal robot. It was the first time U.S. law enforcement used a robot to kill a suspect. A robot. So you could not stand tall. You had numbers, and you had to use a robot. Okay. The shooting was the deadliest incident for U.S. law enforcement since the September 11th attack, surpassing 2 related March 2009 shootings in Oakland and a 2009 ambush shooting in Lakewood, Washington, which each resulted in the death of 4 police officers and the shooting death of both subjects. It is the second deadliest targeted attack of U.S. law enforcement in history. You see what they do to this. And the largest since the Young Brothers Massacre of 1932, resulting in the deaths of 6 law enforcement officers in Missouri. You see what they do. Now they're going to make him a terrorist. No, he is not a terrorist. No. We not do this. We don't do this. No. We know this story. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. We're not even going to go through this. Motive. Chief Brown said that Johnson, who was black, was upset about recent police shootings of black men and stated he wanted to kill white people, especially white officers. A friend and former co-worker of Johnson's described him as always being distrustful of the police. Another former co-worker said he seemed very affected by recent police shootings of black men, as we all were, except the coons and the black conservatives. They liked it. They liked it. And we shall prove that also. A friend said that Johnson had anger management problems and would repeatedly watch videos of the 1991 beating of Rodney King by police officers. Brown said that Johnson had told police negotiators that he was upset about Black Lives Matter. Oops. Oops. I think Micah Johnson knew about the grift. I'm just saying. He might have known about the grift. But okay. Yes, be hello. First time they used their military was on an all-black town. I can't name one time they used the military against anyone else in America on American soil. Well, the closest I remember was Move in Philadelphia, where they dropped that bomb on that block. And yes, Quick Stanfield was Tulsa as well. Yes. But Move was a militarized operation. Johnny Gibbs said they need to make a video game about these brothers and a movie about them. That would be nice. They would never let it get to worldwide distribution. Never in life. You'd probably see that on Tubi. Especially with Chris Dorner. Do you understand that even the LAPD? Well, we'll get into that later. But so back in my voice and back to this. Police said they had found no direct ties between Johnson and Black Lives Matter protesters. He did not like Black Lives Matter. He did not like them. He knew the grift. He saw it for what it was. He was a hero. Micah Johnson should be a hero. When Black Lives Matter ultimately falls and files for bankruptcy and the IRS comes for them, everybody should go to the courthouse when they are arraigned and indicted and have Micah Johnson t-shirts on. And we call it the end of the grift. 2 law enforcement officials, told NPR's Dina Temple Raston that they believe the suspect had been planning an attack for some time and acted on his own. They added they have not identified a connection between the suspect and any international terrorism or domestic extremist groups. You know why? Because we don't do that. Sports and political. Hello. We do not do this. We are not radical. We do not get in groups and talk about we're going to take out white people. We don't do that. Because we know you guys love it when we talk, so you could steal our ideas. Thank you, Dominic Bright, and hello. He called them out for being fake to black people while fighting the police. Kind of ironic. The media didn't put that out because they can't. Because I'm going to turn off the voice for a minute. They couldn't put that out there because 2016 was the highlight of Black Lives Matter. That's when everybody clicked up and said, we got to run with this. I know a lot of people think it was 2015. It was 2016. They knew when to make it a global movement because they had Trump coming in. And they knew they were going to get significant traction with a Republican-led White House. Especially with what Trump was doing with black people at his rallies. When he was having them escorted out and people were punching them. In that infamous statement, he's like, I wish they were there. I wish I was up there. I knocked this SOB out. And what he was saying about the NFL. So, yeah, 2016 was a great year for him. Here we go. An investigation into his online activities uncovered his interest in black national groups. Interest. Didn't call none of them up, but interest. Okay. The Southern Poverty Law Center and news outlets reported that Johnson liked the Facebook pages of black nationalist organizations such as the New Black Panther Party, Nation of Islam, and Black Writers Liberation Army, 3 groups which are listed by the SPLC as hate groups. Right. Okay. Voice off again. Since when was the New Black Panther Party a hate group? Since when? I didn't know this. I didn't know we were going to classify them as a hate group. Since when was the Nation of Islam a hate group? I thought they were a religious organization. We're going to put the Nation of Islam on the same wavelength as the Davidians, right? Y'all didn't call the Davidians a hate group. Bet you didn't. Church of the Davidians. Did you ever label them a hate group? No, you didn't. Branch Davidians. I'm sorry, the Branch Davidians. Did you ever call them a hate group? No. And they were doing some suspect things up in there. Hell, the goddamn SPLC did a whole write up about the Branch Davidians. Didn't call them a hate group. They put them on hate watch. Funny, real funny. Y'all don't believe me. Tabernacle. I'm looking it up right now. I put in hate group. The page didn't even move. We'll take group out. Look at hate. Only 2. Hate map. And that's it. That's the only time they ever mentioned hate in this whole article. It's interesting who they get to label hateful and who gets to just run around and do their thing. They attacked cops and y'all didn't call them a hate group. Last I checked, I don't think the new Black Panther Party shot police. I could be wrong. I don't remember hearing that. Again, I could be wrong, but I don't remember them doing that. I see suspected, but they said there's a splinter group. Look at this family. Tabernacle. Return of the Violent Black Nationalists. Hey, Vice, did you even do a story about white nationalists? Because your title is quite inflammatory. I don't know. Maybe it's me, family. This is a crazy headline. This is a crazy headline. You put an emergency center behind it. This is a crazy headline. So black people tell you about the cops for decades. You didn't want to listen. Now the cops are doing exactly what they were paid to do. The same cops that were praised by you. The same cops who you kept saying were doing their job. Now they're doing their job on you and you still won't call them out. Well, we know, Spidey. We know. And they're about to go in the toilet. So, hey, everybody wins. They filed for bankruptcy as well. But Yeah. When you do your white nationalism, look at these puff pieces. Neo-Nazi fight clubs are fat shaming men into white nationalism. That is light. MTG says Trump should stop hanging out with the kind of racist riffraff MTG hangs out with. That seems light. Pauline Hansel's One Nation has been declared a hate group. Ooh, who declared it? And they're so significant, I know most of y'all never heard of them. Neo-Nazis are trying to dox the cops who arrested Patriot Front members. How white nationalists are hijacking the anti-abortion movement. That's y'all fault. That seems like a problem for y'all. Well, now, but the violent black nationalists, the violent. Does Vice consider Antifa a domestic terrorist group? No, they don't. Because remember, Trump said he wanted to make Antifa a terrorist group under the Platinum Plan, and you dumbasses said no. And I'm talking about you white liberals and you white conservatives. Y'all said no. We don't want that. How dare you? We don't like Antifa, but they're a great weapon to use against them darkies. No. Look, they have a whole section on Vice about Antifa. Look, the last article they ever did about Antifa was back in May of 2022. Over a year ago. And they put the cops over. Must be nice. But we have to be worried about the violent black nationalists. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, family, but how many black nationalists have we heard in the news that have been violent? Give me names within the last 6 months. Dominic Bryan, black people don't believe white liberals or whites from the North are racist. Of course they don't. They think the North was this glamorized area of industry, and when black people went up to the North, they were free. Lest I tell them, go look at Suffolk County in New York. Robert Moses, renowned slave owner on Long Island. That son bitch got a whole park named after him, got a whole highway named after him, and he was a slave owner. They don't want to talk about the plantations in Massachusetts. They don't want to talk about those. They don't want to talk about the ones in Upper Maryland. They don't want to talk about those. Even the ones in Delaware, they don't want to talk about those. The ones they had out in Pennsylvania on the sneak, they don't want to talk about those. They don't want to talk about the racism that was comparable to what was going on in the South. They don't want to talk about that. Never. They don't want to talk about the hangings that were happening in Ohio. They don't want to talk about that. They don't want to have to talk about how black people were buying land in the North and then white folks were running them off their North. They had to go to Canada. I don't want to talk about that. But we have to worry about the violent black nationalist. Be nice. Be so nice. right. Micah Johnson is a hero. That's all I got to say about that. Shout out to that brother. Shout out to that brother. But of course, Obama ran down there and condemned that boy. Yes, he did. Look at him right there, praying with Bush and his wife and Michelle. Hmm. Hmm. But then again, you ask yourself, okay, the Micah Johnson thing happened, right? Why didn't white people and Latinos say we need accountability with these cops? Because this has been going on for decades, and all in black people can't have similar stories about with these run-ins with the cops. But then it became copium by saying y'all should just comply. Great, we'll do that. And guess what happens when we comply? That's right, we still get shot in the back. Like the brother down in Miami Beach who wasn't even involved in the situation. The cops came in and messed him up. We comply. And then we get Sandra Bland. We comply. We get Tamir Rice. We comply. We end up like Mr. Freddie Gray down in Baltimore. We comply. We end up like Tatiana Jefferson in Texas. We comply. We end up like Oscar Grant in San Francisco, who, by the way, was handcuffed and sitting down on a platform when he was shot by that cop. Oh, by the way, white people, when y'all comply, guess what happens? That's right. Y'all get shot too. Oh, yes. What? Hey, white people, why didn't you say something when that little 6-year-old boy got killed by the cops at that traffic stop? When his father was pulled over for DUI? And he said he saw a gun and he shot in there, shot the 6-year-old. They just shot indiscriminately in the car. Hmm. 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 Oh, hey, who heard the story down in Texas? Where my Texas people at? Who heard the story of the white man who got arrested for, and yes, you shall believe me when you hear me say this. Did y'all hear the story of the white man who got arrested in his house in front of his wife because he pierced his son's ear? Not one, not two, not three. 4 cops dragged him out of his house for piercing his son's ear. Hmm. But we're supposed to comply with the police who number two whose 2 tasks are to uphold the public trust and to protect businesses. We're supposed to comply to that. Hmm. Yes, Spidey, that actually did happen. Yes. Oh, y'all didn't hear about it. Y'all think I'm lying. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. I'm sorry. It wasn't even Texas. I'm sorry. It was Arkansas. Tabernacle. No victim, no charges in Taunton Town. Ear piercing arrest, prosecutors say. 10 days ago. No charges will be filed after a Town man was arrested for piercing his son's ear. Jeremy Sherlin, 45 of Town, was arrested April 20th in connection with performing body art on a person younger than 18, third degree endangering the welfare of a minor, resisting arrest, and obstructing governmental operations. The man did it in his house. The minor was his kid. Where was the endangerment? The kid wasn't screaming. The whole block said he ain't hear nothing come out the house. So where was the endangerment? What I didn't know an earlobe infection was endangering the welfare of a minor. That's literally hydrogen peroxide, the liquid that they give you. You could easily go buy at the drugstore and you just clean it every day, twice a day. I didn't know that was endangering the welfare of a minor. And I'm pretty sure that father had family insurance. He was released from the Washington County Detention Center on April 22nd on $1,500 bond, according to the information from the jail. Prosecuting attorney Matt Durrett said Friday he decided no charges will be filed in connection with the incident. The juvenile whose ears was pierced is telling a very different story now than he was at the time of the incident, Durrett said. We don't have a victim who's alleging a crime may have occurred. Without a victim, we don't have grounds to proceed. Right, because he's white. Because we know if this was black, they would have made something up. Sherlin's arrest gained wide attention after video of a parent recorded by his son showed 4 Town police officers enter Sherlin's home, handcuff him, and escort him to police vehicles. The video shows Sherlin laughing when officers inform him what he's being arrested for. It also shows Sherlin briefly resists as an officer tries to pull him out the door because he couldn't believe it. Oh, wait. Not dissing the white man, but he resisted. They didn't kick his ass. He resisted. They didn't kick his ass. But then we have another story which I'm going to show you. Dude was just standing on his porch and they arrested him. Dragged him on the ground. Black guy, by the way. He was just watching an arrest happening next door. Oh, yes. That was what Micah Johnson was fighting against. Oops, I done pissed off a white person.
And folk, them white people lost their mind.
If you are upset that I just said that, white supremacists, when you see this,
who cares?
Thank you, Torian. Who cares? I said what I said. Refute what I said. Because when I end this show, I'm going to tell you the reality of what you created because you spineless cocksuckers don't want to call out your own. I got a nice scathing commentary just for you. And by the way, I don't write none of this. But let's continue with this story. The camera follows officers as they take him away. A voice from behind the camera at one point says, I wanted my ears pierced. That was his son. Town police issued a news release on his Facebook page about the incident. A Springdale police school resource officer contacted Town police after conducting a welfare check on a juvenile male who lives in Town, according to the release. The resource officer said the boy came to school with a piercing in his left ear. While in class, the boy was heard saying his father was drunk and put him in a chokehold, then shoved the piercing in his ear. Kids say the darndest things, don't they? Town officers went to the home and spoke to the boy's father, identified as Sherlin. He admitted to piercing his son's ears, then the release states, when officers attempted to investigate, Sherlin refused to let officers speak with his son and refused to answer questions, as was in his right. Unless you got a warrant, you ain't coming in my house. Funny thing, how many videos have we seen, family, of we tell the cops, You not coming inside. And they bum rush their way in there anyway. And then arrest you because you told them get the out. That's what Micah Johnson was fighting against. Another white person got upset that I said that. Well, damn.
And folk, them white people lost their mind.
You're lucky I'm not lionizing OJ today. We might do that next year. No, 2025 when he got off. We may do the 30th anniversary of OJ getting off. Y'all are really going to hate me that day. You may see a YouTube short in 2 years of the verdict and me just clapping and popping poppers and throwing up streamers and confetti. Kids say the darndest things. Officers left the home and contacted Durrett's office, according to the news release. Arkansas law states, quote, a person shall not perform body art on a person under 16 years of age, regardless of parental consent. Also, it's unlawful to perform body art in any unlicensed facility. Officers later returned to the home to arrest Sherlin. He's going to kick his son's ass when he gets home. Well, there you go. I thought it was 95. But I could be wrong. Maybe it was 96. I don't care. Whatever date it was, I'm going to make sure to put a reminder, and we're going to get that done. And I hope to God OJ puts out a tweet about that day. Because I will laugh. But that was Micah Johnson. Salute to that man. Rest in power. Next up, Gavin Long. Hello, Gavin. I don't talk about you too much. Looked into your story today. Quite fascinating. You still have white people in a chokehold. That was messed up. That was messed up. I shouldn't have said that. White people are upset. Shut up! We don't care. Tabernacle. Let's look up the story of Gavin Long. Gavin Long touched up 6 police officers in an ambush attack in the wake of the shooting in Alton Sterling in the same city. 3 passed away and 3 were hospitalized, 1 critically. Of the officers who died, 2 were members of the Baton Rouge Police Department, while the 3rd worked for the East Baton Rouge Parish Sheriff's Office. Long, who associated himself with organizations linked to Black separatism and the sovereign citizen movement, was shot and killed by a SWAT officer during a police shootout at the scene. Okay. And of course, they're going to say he was wrong for that. He shouldn't have done that. Why did he do it? Well, let's see. They say he identified as a Black separatist, not a nationalist. Racial solidarity. White power good, Black separatist bad. Interesting. The way they cup words and change definitions when it fits their narrative. Damn. Ain't that something? Hey, white people. I'm surprised you didn't put books on Mr. Sherlin. Why didn't you give him money? He was unlawfully arrested. Hey, he had more of an incentive to get money on his books. He is in the home. Like you say, we're not. He was involved in his child's life. He loved him so much. He put him in a chokehold. I thought chokeholds get you cash. I should make a t-shirt out of that. Chokeholds for cash. Oops. White people are mad at me again. Well, damn.
Who cares?
I'm not on one today. No, I'm not. I have embraced villainy. I'm going to show you the error of your ways because you white people are spineless. Especially you white liberals and you white conservatives. Y'all are spineless. Y'all have the biggest mouths to represent your race and you don't use it. You use it to try to fuck with us, and in the process, you're fucking yourself. What's it gonna take? Ooh, I know what it's gonna take. I know what it's gonna take. We know what it's gonna take. I might play that later. But let's continue with Mr. Long. Mass shooting scholars, they have mass shooting scholars. They have mass shooting scholars. People actually have degrees in this. Okay. There are people who study for more people getting shot. They'll give a degree to anybody these days, but all right. Mass shooting scholars said that Long displayed hallmarks of a disgruntled paranoid loner, a common type of mass killer with a narcissistic and grandiose personality. Sounds like a lot of them white folk now do it. Interesting. Social media posts indicated that he was an active member of the anti-government New Freedom group. Another group we've never heard of, but okay. We're going to look up the New Freedom group. We're going to do that. According to CNN, a card was found on Long's body suggesting that he was a member of the Washita Nation, a group of African Americans associated with the sovereign citizen movement that originated in Richwood. Who? Why didn't y'all put money on her books? White people. Oh, that's right, because she was in the car with the black man. Nah, can't do that. Can't do that. In addition to changing his legal name, he claims nationality was United Washita. That I'm not even going to pronounce the rest of that. Respect to them. And expresses support for the Moorish Science Temple of America. Well, damn. Another African-American organization associated with the sovereign citizen movement. Huh. Surprised they didn't call them a hate group. However, Long disavowed all prior associations in a recent video saying, "Don't affiliate me with nothing. I'm affiliated with the spirit of justice." Gavin Long was on his way to becoming Ghost Rider. Damn. That would have been cool to see Gavin Long as Ghost Rider. In April 2015, while in West Africa, Long also became a member of a group dedicated to helping targeted individuals suffering from remote brain experimentation, remote neural monitoring of an entire human's body. Ooh, we gonna get technical now here, family. Kind of sounds like what they were doing with the microchip under the skin, right? The electronic fingerprint. Remote neural monitoring. Yeah, we can't really talk about that. This is a little technical. We can't really talk about that here. I could do a Rumble exclusive show one day. We could talk about remote neural monitoring. We could do that. This is why I said also I don't really trust AI. He has to be put on the group's buddy list, but he unexpectedly deactivated his account a month later. His mother said he once believed the CIA was following him. He appeared as a guest on an online show discussing targeted individuals, but downplayed his belief that he was being tracked, saying, quote, "That's just a small aspect of me. It's not a complete picture of who I am." However, the show's host, who had frequent phone and email correspondence with Long, claimed that Long was adamant about being tracked during their communications. Interesting. Interesting. Because I looked up Gavin Long on YouTube and his mother's interview came up. Yes, it did. Yes, it did. Y'all need to see this. Because they were sitting there harassing his mama. Yes, they did. Who's ready to hear them harassing his people after he was gone? Fair use. This is what he was fighting against.
Yeah, someone at the Kansas City home where the shooter lived threatened our crew this morning. 41 Action News reporter Belinda Post tried to ask that man about Gavin Long, and she joins us now. And Belinda, what happened?
Patrick, you heard what that man said to us. And the thing is, this isn't the...
Well, damn. I sped it up and she still sounds pissed off. Isn't that just beautiful, family? They show up at this man's house where he lived at, and we're surprised that somebody told him to get the hell out of here. They're pissed off.
Yeah, someone at the Kansas City home where the shooter lived threatened our crew this morning. 41 Action News reporter Belinda Post tried to ask that man about Gavin Long, and she joins us now. And Belinda, what happened?
Look at her. She already looks mad.
Patrick, you heard what that man said to us. And the thing is, this isn't the first time.
White tears I hear. White tears I hear. White tears I hear. Shut the fuck up.
Who cares?
Grow up. I thought y'all, wait a minute. Y'all are supposed to be the rulers of the world. Y'all can't take somebody telling you they gonna shoot you. In Kansas City? Kansas City. Family, she's upset that somebody black told her they gonna shoot her in Kansas City. Kansas City. She lives in a city where racism is all day, every day, twice on Sunday, 4 times on a holiday. And she worried about somebody saying they're gonna shoot her. You've got to be kidding me. Y'all can call the police from the truck on the scanner. Why didn't you have a police car with you when you went up to this person's house? You don't know if he got guns up in there. He might have had the secret stash in the basement. But your mayo, fam, let me tell you something. This was 6 years ago, so this was 2017. This was even before Karen. She might be the early iteration of a Karen. She is new segment Karen. This might be new segment Karen. Oops, I done pissed white people off again.
And folk, them white people lost their mind.
Damn, according to Matt Walsh and them, I should be arrested for using a racial slur. I should have my whole life taken away because I used that racial slur. Maybe y'all should find out who this chick is and give her money like you did the City Bike Carolyn. One more time.
Yeah, someone at the Kansas City home where the shooter lived threatened our crew this morning. 41 Action News reporter Belinda Post tried to ask that man about Gavin Long, and she joins us now. And Belinda, what happened?
Patrick, you heard what that man said to us. And the thing is, this isn't the first time that media and other people have been threatened outside of Gavin Long's last known residence. In fact, just yesterday, we had some crews out, and police tell us that Cameron Fryer, Gavin Long's brother, actually showed a shotgun in the window.
Gangster. Shout out to his brother. His brother sounds like a real one. She showed the shotty. You ain't supposed to come on my property. I take you as a threat. Chitty bang bang, nigga. Ain't that what Will Smith said in Bad Boys 2? See, I bet y'all were laughing when y'all did that to old boy in Des Moines, Iowa. Y'all were laughing about that, right? Even if he was agitating the block, y'all were happy that the cops done that boy up, right? That was just walking around the neighborhood. Oh, Tori, you're gonna love this clip. You're gonna love this clip. When I was doing my investigation on Gavin Long, I remembered this clip, and I was like, boy, y'all gonna love this clip. But go ahead. Back to the news segment, Karen. Go ahead, news segment, Karen. Tell us how upset you were that you couldn't do your job. Go ahead.
And she joins us now. And Belinda, what happened?
Patrick, you heard what that man said to us. And the thing is, this isn't the first time that media and other people have been threatened outside of Gavin Long's last known residence. In fact, just yesterday, we had some crews out, and police tell us that Cameron Fryer, Gavin Long's brother, actually showed a shotgun in the window. He since has been arrested, taken into custody, and released, but that was for a city warrant charge. Now, yesterday, for hours, the street was taped up while police and FBI investigated. Neighbors said on what normally is a quiet street, police had AKs and semi-automatic guns while they worked the case. They tell us communication between officers and police, or rather people, will cut down on violence against the police.
I think it's some type of miscommunication, whereas we believe that a mass of people this way, and that's not, you know what I'm saying, that doesn't apply to police or citizens, you know what I mean? Not all police are bad, not all citizens are bad. Somehow we have to come to a median.
Okay, sir, I fuck with you heavy. I do. You're a black man. I fuck with you heavy. Sir, we've tried for decades to bring a median with the cops. They don't want it, sir, because let me explain to you black folks who think like this, man, and you nouveau blacks, especially, because y'all in the next generation of people like this, man. And I'm not hating on this man. I'm hating on what he said. We've tried for decades to have an alliance with the cops. We'll call you when you need you. Don't fuck with us. They don't want that. They want to exert their power in our neighborhoods. Stop and frisk. Jump out boys. Yeah, look out the jump out boys. Look at them. Yeah. The cops who, I bet some of y'all didn't even know they did this in New York. Some of these cops would literally drive, see maybe one or two black kids or Latino kids. They would spin the block, drop one of them off. He or she come around the corner, wait till the sidewalk is clear, and then start chasing after him. Then when they catch him, they say, "Why'd you run?" Now you may think that's the jump out boys, but no, this is another tactic they like to use. We've tried for decades. Leave us alone. They don't want to, because they know if they left us alone, crime would actually go down. See, your white saviors won't tell you that. They won't tell you that. Newsflash, white people. I'm going to tell you something that you never admitted to yourself. But, I'll be the Negro that's going to tell it. The reason why all your cops love to go run to the suburbs away from the inner city is because they can't deal with the black folks that are coming in, this new generation. It ain't that we thugs or we think we this tough. I'm sorry to tell you, but the hood has some of the biggest intellectuals on this planet, and y'all don't even know it. See, I get it. You think that you see these failing schools throughout all these districts in the inner city. You think them kids are stupid. Yet we go look, and what stories are going viral? Oh yeah, that high school student who has 35 scholarships to all these schools, including Ivy League, racking up millions of dollars in scholarships, but he came out of the inner city. I'm sure you'll attribute that to the parents, right? But I thought weren't y'all the ones that love to tell us that environment breeds who an adult becomes? Weren't y'all the ones that told us that for decades? When we tried to tell you that the government took all the resources or most of them out of our neighborhoods, y'all say y'all got to deal with it. Y'all keep voting Democrat, every excuse in the book. Hey, how come I look at y'all and y'all's resources? I don't see y'all going crazy producing all these geniuses and things like that. Most of the time, some of y'all barely getting your kids through high school. Oops, I wasn't supposed to say that. Hey, white people, guess what? I lived in the suburbs too. Guess what? I graduated top 10th percentile in my school. That's right. I look back, whole bunch of white kids were behind me. Oops. Oh, I wasn't supposed to say that. Well, damn. I'm going to say it. Hey, white people. Again, the hood produces some of the biggest intellectuals on the planet. I played a video a couple weeks ago. A homeless black man installed a push button starter system in somebody's truck. He didn't need no government subsidy for that. He didn't need billions of dollars that he didn't have to pay back to accomplish that. A black kid who got millions of dollars in scholarships can pick anywhere in the country he wants to go or she wants to go. And they didn't have tutors all over the place. Most of the time that we hear, this kid is coming out of a one-parent household. They even have better grades than the minority that y'all like to foist off on the world to cover up your insecurities. Oh, shit, I'm saying way too much on Memorial Day. Well, damn. Ain't that a shame?
Beat it. Wash your ass.
Y'all can take your 6-figure net worth and shove it up your ass. Because at the end of the day, your 6-figure net worth and your children with their nice Letterman jackets, captain of the football team, king of the prom with the girl next door, that couple, you look on their playlist, was probably some kid from the hood who wishes they had half the advantages they had. They probably have their song or their podcast or their YouTube video playing somewhere in the background. Well, damn, how did that work? Well, damn. The race of people with the less resources on the planet is the reason why the planet is still spinning on its axis. Well, damn. That just that I for me personally, I can't understand how that works. Huh. Funny. There's a reason why nature's turning on the white folk. They ain't leaving us alone. When's the last time y'all heard an animal kill a black person? When the last time? But again, y'all don't want black folks and the cops to have an easy alliance, because guess what? Then the cops would actually have to do their job. They would have to come police you. And you don't want that, because guess what ends up happening? You get busted for porn charges. And we talking about people that are under 18. In most cases, people under 10. They would have to look at you. Health hazards. Hey, white people. What about your dirty little hoarders? Oh, that culture. Because me personally, I haven't seen too many black people hoarding shit where the health department have to come outside, but I can find a story every other week about one of y'all. Yeah. Hey, white people. Let me ask you a question. How come y'all didn't help out the victims of the duck sauce killer in New York? How come y'all didn't do that? But y'all were quick to give Daniel J. Penny millions of dollars. I didn't see no protests. I didn't see y'all standing with the Asians when the duck sauce killer was doing what he was doing up in New York. I didn't see this. But Daniel J. Penny commits murder, and you listen to DeSantis, you get this man millions of dollars, which we know, going along the same lines of what happened with City Bike Carolyn. Y'all just wasted, what was that? Y'all about to waste $1.5 million that y'all can't get back. White people, kings and queens of the griff. All right, let me stop ranting and finish off this story. And shout out to this brother. He kind of looked like Udonis Haslem from the Miami Heat, but we're not in the roasting mood today.
Police or citizens, you know what I mean? Not all police are bad, not all citizens are bad. Somehow we have to come to a median.
Cameron Fryer, Long's brother, was arrested on that city warrant. It was for a seatbelt charge. Police tell us that he has since been released. Right now, FBI and police are continuing to investigate this, both here in Kansas City and in Baton Rouge. Reporting live in Kansas City, Belinda Post, 41 Action News.
She's still upset that boy said, "I'm going to shoot you." But yes. This is what they want you to think, that this boy did something wrong. What did he do that was so wrong? Mr. Pochette down in Louisiana, that karate instructor molested his son and he went home. Y'all praised that man till the day he died. But Gavin Long, get your ire. All right.
Well, Baton Rouge is once again a city in mourning. Less than 2 weeks after the police shooting of Alton Sterling, they're now grieving 2 city officers and a sheriff's deputy.
Yeah,
and I'm surprised none of y'all came out with a documentary or a special report on why the cops are doing things like this. Why it gets to this point. Y'all always think it's us.
Ambushed them near police headquarters yesterday, killing the 3 and wounding 3 more. Police have since identified the gunman as a former Marine, 29-year-old Gavin Long. 2 persons of interest detained in the investigation have since been released. Our Brandon Walker's live in Louisiana this morning with the latest for us. Brandon, boy, another tragedy for law enforcement.
Yeah, good morning. It is indeed, in fact, and investigators are calling now Long the lone gunman here. I had a chance to stop into the Be Quick gas station. This is where all of this played out yesterday. Spoke to the attendants there. They tell me that they just reopened about an hour ago after yesterday's tragedy, and you can feel the weight on their shoulders this morning as this community yet again deals with horror. After this unfolded, we were hearing from witnesses who recounted what they heard, what they saw, as what investigators describe as a lone gunman unleashed fire on law enforcement.
At first, I thought I was dreaming. I'm not gonna lie to you. I really did. And I thought I just woke up from a dream. But it's real.
Kind of put me in shock for a second, but after a second or two, man caught my eye to the right. He was running in my direction with an assault rifle, with his mask on, dressed in black.
People are on code in Houston. I can't believe
frightening
it.
Accounts there. 3 officers killed, as we've mentioned: Montrell Jackson, Matthew Gerald, and Brad Garofolo. All 3 were husbands. All 3 were fathers. 3 more officers were wounded during that.
How many of these black men and black women you killed were husbands and fathers, or wives and mothers? How many? How many? Y'all show these nice ass pictures, but when it come to us, y'all show pictures like the damn thumbnail. Y'all make fun of graduation pictures. Y'all find the hardest pictures of a motherfucker. But when it come to people that you have under your umbrella, oh, you got to put out the goddamn, you got to put out the christening photos.
Attack, one of them still in critical condition, we are told this morning. Officials in Louisiana have called this an ambush, carried out, police say, by a lone gunman, as we've told you. Gavin Eugene Long happened to be his 29th birthday. Long is from Kansas City, Missouri. He was shot and killed during a gun battle. He spent 5 years in the Marines as a computer specialist, including a tour of duty in Iraq. Overnight, we're learning more.
Look at Houston being on code.
Information about Long, an extensive footprint online, using a name online and posting videos. He was an author, a strategist, and spiritual advisor, as those profiles described him. Here's a picture now of Long. He was in Dallas just days after 5 police officers were assassinated by a sniper there. He also posted online about that and his thoughts on the issue. Back here live from the scene, investigators have not released any information about a motive, where their investigation stands. All of that expected to be released a bit later this morning. We'll be here and bring you updates both on air and, of course, right here online. Live in Baton Rouge, Louisiana this morning. I'm Brandon Walker, KPRC Channel 2 News.
Soul Sister said Pedastri was honored in ancient Roman Greece, built a government based on boy love. Yes, he did. Y2 Kenyan, hello. Yep, Alton Sterling. But y'all don't want to have them conversations now, do you? Oh, that's uncomfortable for you white folk. Well, unfortunately, white people, we about to make you feel real uncomfortable. Y'all going, it's about to feel like when y'all don't wash for about 2 weeks, it's going to make your skin crawl. Because the brother in the middle, we got to highlight it, because that brother in the middle right there, that brother in the middle done changed an entire police force to this day. And what he did was 10 years ago. And we talking about the legend that is Chris Dorner. Oh, white people are upset at me. Chris Dorner. I wish he'd have came back like Candyman. But white people, we're going to talk about Chris Dorner. Are you upset?
Who cares?
There you go. We don't care. Because Chris Dorner did what he was supposed to do. He was a cop. He saw what was going on. He filed his report. They said, this is a good old boys club. You not in it. Screw you. Go away. Y'all, LAPD caused what happened to them, not Chris Dorner. That's right. I said it. And I don't care if y'all tell me I can't come to LA. It's okay. It's quite all right. I'll be okay. My damn luck, I'll land in LA and there'll be a damn 7.5 earthquake. Tabernacle. Remember how they said that Chris Dorner was just doing this and he was unhinged and he was just upset that he lost his job. Remember how he tried to spin that? We remember this. Pepperidge Farm remembers. Black Light Revelations. Hello. Well, like I said, 10 years later, they admitted that, you know what? Chris Dorner was right. Bet y'all didn't see this when it came out 10 years ago. Only got 152,000 views. And you know somebody did something right that's black against the cops when even white people agreed that what he did was correct. Oops, I wasn't supposed to say that. Well, damn. MAGA's in trouble. MAGA looking at me right now like, is this dude for real? Oh, yes.
And folk, them white people lost their mind.
Make sure y'all hit share, like, and subscribe. Make sure you go over to the Rumble channel. They're going to put this on Rumble. So if they kick me off of here, it'll be over on Rumble. We're going to have fun. Yes, they did. Yes, they did. Yes, they did. Here we go.
New revelations in the Christopher Dorner case. Police have formally...
Wait a minute. We fucked up. Whoa, we fucked up. Whoa, we fucked up. Try it again, David Muir. Try it again.
New revelations in the Christopher Dorner case. Police have formally closed the investigation, and the couple he took hostage in those final hours are now speaking out for the first...
In the immortal words of the one LVZ, there was 106 LAPD dick riders. We're going to make it 880 likes.
Time. ABC Cecilia Vega is on the scene at Big Bear Lake with the latest. Good morning, Cecilia.
George, good morning. Boy, the story this couple tells is downright chilling. They say they were held for 15 hours inside one of these houses. 15 minutes, excuse me. They say it felt like 15 hours. But for the couple that crossed Christopher Dorner's path and survived this morning, there is relief. Overnight, the unassuming couple, the 33-year-old former cop held hostage, spoke publicly for the first time about their harrowing ordeal. The moment that you realized that this was Christopher Dorner, what went through your mind?
Thought we were dead.
Yeah.
Really, it was pretty scary.
Karen and Jim Reynolds say they came face to face with Dorner when they went to check on one of their ski lodge cabins around noon Tuesday. He was holed up inside. They say he was heavily armed, that he tied their wrists and ankles, even covered their heads with pillowcases. For 15 minutes, they lay on the floor of their cabin, terrorized. Did at any time he talk to you about why he was doing what he was doing?
Yes,
He had said, I just want to clear my name.
The couple only managed to break free when Dorner fled in their car. The Reynolds' story fills in much of what police didn't know about Dorner's whereabouts after he crashed his car and then set it ablaze 1 week ago. The couple believes Dorner may have been in their vacant cabin just yards away from a police command post since at least last Friday. Meantime, late Wednesday, police said tear gas canisters may have started the fire they believe ultimately engulfed Dorner, but not on purpose.
We did not intentionally burn down that cabin to get Mr. Dorner out.
And this morning, we now know the name of Dorner's final victim. San Bernardino County Sheriff's Deputy Jeremiah McKay was killed in Dorner's last shootout with police. The father of 2 young children telling the Associated Press earlier this week, "We're hoping this comes to a close without more casualties." And still no positive ID on that body pulled from the burn house now 2 days ago. Elizabeth, the authorities still awaiting forensic tests.
All right,
Conspiracy theory. Maybe he's still alive. That would be just the icing on the cake. Now, wouldn't it, family, if we find out that were really Chris Dorner, and Chris Dorner's still running around out here? Oh yes, Torian, man. What? And remember, they had the documentary ready. They had the documentary ready to tell Chris Dorner it was his fault and he crazy. Oops. Hey, LAPD. Yeah. Aren't y'all now trying to clean up your white supremacist gangs and affiliations up in there, including the Latino cops? I mean, I'm just trying to figure something out here. I'm trying to figure something out because Chris Dorner told y'all that this motherfucker was up in there. The motherfuckers was in there. They was racist up in your department. Yeah. What do we have here, family? 5 years after supposedly Chris Dorner passed away. Yeah. Hacked LAPD Twitter account posts white supremacist message. Hmm. Interesting.
Some social media problems for the LAPD, some clear signs that their Twitter account has been hacked. Look at this tweet. It went out at 1:53 this afternoon, and it says quite clearly LAPD and in capital letters, white supremacist. That's the only tweet in question. We don't know who did it, but immediately the LAPD took this tweet down, and then minutes later they put out this response. We are aware.
They don't want me to play
Their
this.
LAPD account has been compromised and are taking the proper steps to resolve this issue. So that's all we're getting from the LAPD.
You sure somebody hacked it or somebody was telling the truth? Lucian Diego. Oh, we can look at Lucian Diego, whatever the fuck. We can look him up. We can bring him up. We can bring up Rafael Perez. the Rampart division as a whole, we can do all that one day. That might have to be a Rumble exclusive because we know these cowards on YouTube, they're going to shut me down for talking like that. But the point is, family, Chris Dorner was a hero. Hell, let me prove it to you. Let me prove it to you one time. I'm not going to play it, but I'm going to put the link in. I'm going to put the link in the description box. You see this documentary at the top of the page? 2.6 million views 3 years ago. I've watched this about 4 times. And the copium that the cops pulled in that documentary was sickening. Oh, we're going to talk about Alex Villanueva. We're going to talk about Alex Villanueva, Torian. That's who Chris Dorner was trying to protect the public from, family. Sheriff Alex Villanueva. The same Alex Villanueva who for years on the job would not address the white supremacists and the gang members that he was hiring in the sheriff's department. Now he has to sit up there and talk about it. Hey, Alex Villanueva, sheriff. Looks like the shield was true, huh? Amazing what 6 months changes, huh?
Well,
let's hear what this fool said. Fair use. Now, this was him on the debate stage trying to get his job back.
I'm doing what no other sheriff has ever done in history. My very first day on the job, I removed the leadership team of East LA Station where the Kennedy Hall incident occurred. I followed up with a criminal investigation, administrative investigation. I fired 4 deputies for misconduct. I suspended without pay 22. I transferred 36. I created a policy.
You transferred 36. So you just took the bad cops and moved them somewhere else. So you made at minimum 5 to 12. No, between 5 and 18 other divisions around the city. You made their lives even worse. Yep. They used to do that in New York too. Beat your ass, put you in the back of the cop car, put you in a neighborhood where you're not from.
Policy and implemented the policy in February of 2020. From there, I sponsored legislation, Assembly Bill 958. So our department policy is now the model of which state law is modeled after. That is effective. That is telegraph. And I had every single employee see a video where I communicated exactly what he's saying, by the way. And then they had to sign an attestation form, which goes on their permanent record that they understand the policy and they're being held accountable to it. That is progress, and that is actually addressing the situation. But deputy gangs has become a political buzzword, and it's just like unicorns. Everybody knows what a unicorn looks like, but I challenge you, name one. Name a single deputy gang member, and I've yet to hear that.
Would you respond to that?
You just heard. He doesn't acknowledge they exist. Can't fix a problem you don't know exists. His own chief of staff that he handpicked has a Grim Reaper tattoo. Ask him what a Grim Reaper is. He has stopped his IA investigators from investigating an incident involving the banditos at Kennedy Hall. Is that a person who takes deputy gang serious? I don't think so.
Hey,
well,
hey, Villanueva, hey. Hello, we haven't been Christianly introduced. Okay, Gravity. You said that there was no such thing as deputy gangs, right? I mean, that's a great answer. You're a politician. You're a sheriff. You run the sheriff's department in LA. That's a great political answer. Very good. You probably should run for president one day, but you can't because you just can't, and nobody would vote for you. But let's ask this question, sir. Tabernacle. Hey, Alex Villanueva, you said you couldn't name any of them. How come somebody on Wikipedia did? Huh? You couldn't reference the Talkz Commission report? Because I seem to remember people in the LA area back in the 90s and the 2000s telling you that they were hiring gang members. They told you this. And Torian, you know you're wrong for that. You leave dressed up Hoover alone. You leave that man alone. He dead. Good. Fuck him. Anyway. You couldn't. I'm sure the Colts Commission report is somewhere in. Well, it's not Parker Center anymore, but your new facility. I'm sure it's there somewhere. You're going to tell me you didn't know this, sir? You were in law enforcement in that city. You're going to tell me there was no such thing as deputy gangs? How the hell did they make the show The Shield if there were no such thing as deputy gangs? Yeah. But let's read off these names. But, you know, for Villanueva, so it's Corazon is okay. We're going to say alleged. So all this whole list is alleged. A report released in early 2023 revealed at least 6 deputy gangs remain active. Hey, Villanueva, why are you lying to the folk? Why are you lying to the folk? But okay, that's alleged. So we have the Banditos, the Buffalo Soldiers, and African-American deputies clique. The Cavemen, the Compton Executioners. I've heard of them. The Cowboys, the Grim Reapers, which his opponent brought up. The Jump Out Boys, again, that's a thing also in New York. Little Devils, Little Red Devils, the Linwood Vikings. Oh, look them up one day when you get a chance, family. You'll hear those stories. The Pirates, the Posse, the Rattlesnakes, the Regulators, the Spartans, the Tasmanian Devils, the 3000 Boys, the 2000 Boys, Temple Station V Boys, and the Wayside Whiteys. I thought there weren't any. Sir, this is what you told us. There were unicorns. Yet there's 6 of them running around Yo City. But all right. All right. 6 groups of unicorns. Damn, you guys should be rich over there. You guys should capture those 6 unicorns, sell them because you'll get millions upon billions of dollars. Sell them, collect that money, and give California black folks that are descendants of slaves their reparations. Enough said. Wait a minute, he left? Why did y'all not tell me he left? Villanueva is not the sheriff no more. Oh, I did not know this. Why didn't y'all tell me this? We might have fun. Why didn't y'all tell me he left? That's mean. Here I'm thinking he still had his job. What the fuck? Why didn't y'all tell me that? Huh. I did not know this. Let me see. Yeah. I didn't know, but whatever. Whatever. Fuck them. So we're going to do this, family. Chris Dorner is a hero. I said it. Gavin Long is a hero. Micah Johnson is a hero. White people, you don't like it. Tough cookies. Tough cookies. We don't care.
Who cares?
Cope. Yes, the LA Central Jail Vikings. Yes. I'm telling y'all, look at some of these games, you'd be shocked. Rafael Perez's goddamn, his documentary is fascinating. Spidey, they are not going to do it. Biden's GOJ loves this. Again, it's been almost 20 years since the FBI done told them there's white supremacist groups in these law enforcements. They didn't do a damn thing about it. I didn't know he left. But the fact we're still talking about him means he did a whole bunch of damage. This was the same jack-off who led the sheriffs who passed around Kobe Bryant's pictures. Then tried to defend the cops who were in on it. I wonder how many of them pictures he saw before he said, nah, you know what? I'm getting too much heat. Let me put a bill in place where y'all can't do that. Screw him. Bacon. I hope it was Torian. They lost $700 and something million. I hope it. How much was it? Was it like no, she got, what did she get? It was like 75 million or something. How much she sued for? It was like 750 million, right? Yeah, the fuzz. The fuzz, 12, one time. Flatfoots. Gumshoes. Well, that was a detective's, but you know. All right, Luna, whatever. He's probably a white supremacist too, but whatever. Let's get into Twitter things because I gotta clear this motherfucker out. So let's get into that. Shout out to those three brothers. Shout out to them. All right, y'all. Y'all know what I do. We're not even gonna go over it. We're just gonna get into it. This clip disturbed me. I felt dirty after listening to this clip. Black women, y'all gonna have to go wash yourselves after this show. Listen to what these white boys said. Oh, by the way, this is the Full Send podcast.
Not into me, really. I don't know.
I don't know if I could handle like some of this black chick. It's like,
it's kind of like you really got to be good at what you're doing, right?
Well, I don't want to fuck somebody who's on FaceTime the whole time. A. And B, here's the craziest part is though, some black women, it seems like they fuck back, dog. That's the thing. I don't know if
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's kind of intimidating.
Yes, like I don't know if I can handle it, bro.
You got to be like fucking consistently, kind of. I feel.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like kind of like, do you want this? Like, yeah.
Do you want?
I don't think I got this. I'm not that guy, bro. You know what I'm saying? I would, but I don't think I'm all
underwhelmed.
Right. Yeah, I don't want to underwhelm, bro. And I don't want to go into a place where I know I'm gonna underwhelm.
Black chicks are just not into me.
I can't see it, brother. I don't know why black chicks are not into you. I can't see it. I don't know what they're not seeing. Maybe the sisters could tell me what we're not seeing. Why aren't they talking about you? Shh, boy.
Hold on. This is your face.
Hang on. Hey, we got an old video of Elon Musk going crazy.
Hold on. Her sister was a witch, right? And what was her sister? A princess. A wicked witch of the East, bro. I'm gonna stab him. You're gonna look at me and you're gonna tell me that I'm wrong? Am I wrong? She wore a crown and she came down in a bubble, dog. I'm not fighting with you. Grow up, bro. Grow.
They're really arguing over the genealogy of the witches from the Wizard of Oz. Yeah. Get some. This cat really trying to figure out how to jump into that ring. Go ahead, get some. Get some. There you go. Very good.
Free pass to sleep with anybody in the world. Would you use it?
Yeah.
On who?
Zac Efron, Josh Bowman, some celebrity, hot celebrity. You turn that down? Couldn't do it.
All right. What if it was all the way around?
I know what I'm worth. One night with one celebrity doesn't change who I am.
So you wouldn't use it?
Even
There's
if I
no
gave
point.
it to you?
No, because it sounds like a trap. If your significant other is willing to give you a one night stand with anybody in the world, it sounds like a trap for your loyalty. Fuck that.
Old girl's mad. When they break up, this is gonna be old boy with his homies the first night.
We don't keep no bitches around us, man. We stay bitchless, nigga.
Yeah. Bags at the door. Psh. No, we ain't. No. Bags at the door. She don't even get back in the car. I tell her I gotta go get something out of the car. I'm driving home packing her bag. She get back, her bag's outside. She not getting back in my car. Huh. Hey, check out Biden's mask.
Normal. Look at his forehead. This is bullshit. That's a mask. That's a skin mask. It ain't normal. Look at it. Bullshit. You can't tell me this is normal. Look at his forehead.
This nigga look like Mega Man.
This is bullshit. That's a mask. That's a skin mask. It ain't normal. Look at it. Bullshit.
I don't know what's going on. He look like he trying to do the Hihachi thing on his eyebrows. Say less.
Fuck Gail. Fuck
What you talking about?
Fucked up. Fuck Gail and fuck Oprah. Y'all are some self-hating pieces of shit fuck asses. If I have never seen a coon more fucking coonier than goddamn Kale and Okra.
Somebody listens to the new black media. Somebody must be listening to Professor Black Truth on the low.
I'm over y'all. I'm over y'all. I don't give a fuck how rich you are, how much you fucking accomplished. You're tearing down the legacies of so many phenomenal, beautiful black men, and I don't fucking have time for it. I don't fucking have time for it. I'm sick. I'm disgusted. You don't care about black people. Okra, I knew you wasn't shit when the kids was trying to take a picture with you and she was like, oh, I see your little crack phone. Oprah. Okay.
Unfortunately, she didn't stand on this. Kind of like when Snoop Dogg didn't have to apologize. She didn't stand on it. As a matter of fact, 3 days ago, she had to apologize to Oprah and Gayle again. Yeah. Yeah. We could have had a soldier, but she's like, nah, my song Busted went viral. I'm making money. Nah. They put me under the wing. Sucks. Hey, y'all are gonna love this video. Hey, the Jappers are telling on the Nigerians. Oh, yes, the Jappers are telling on the Nigerians.
Go through the system, and I was able to school here, go to medical school here. My sister was able to school here.
No, you've done very well. You've done incredibly well, and that's terrific. And that's an example.
We've been exactly in that
how
position.
This can work. What I'm saying
when
to
it
you,
works.
What I'm saying to you is, there you are working for the NHS. One of the reasons we've got a 6.7 million waiting list is that our population has exploded totally out of control. We don't actually have the health service, the schools, the roads to cope with the population rising like this.
It's true, but then when you think of what these students are studying and what they're contributing to in society, then it makes it seem a little bit more logical. Because if you think about the NHS, around 15% of the NHS are people who don't identify as British. And that's not to count people like myself who have British citizenship, a British passport, but I'm also dual nationality because I'm Nigerian. So then you think about this, in London, 27% of people working in the NHS aren't British, and Nigerians are the third most populated country from outside the EU that come and actually drive the NHS
we're saying the poor
workforce.
countries will strip out your talent, will take away your nurses and doctors. They're probably more needed there, aren't they?
Well, I wouldn't call them poor countries. I call them developing economies.
Negro, they're poor. Sir, you ran all the way to Great Britain and didn't learn nothing about what's going on in the world, just what you learned in a book. Sir, Nigeria just defaulted, sir. Or y'all didn't know this. Y'all don't pay attention to what's going on back home. Y'all didn't know this. Y'all are on the verge of defaulting. Your neighbor's Ghana just defaulted, sir. Y'all are on the precipice of defaulting. What are you talking about? Y'all are not developing, sir. How the fuck are you developing when your brain trust and the people that are supposed to move your country forward, the young intellectual, they're leaving. They're going to Britain. They're coming here. They're going to Canada. They're going to South Africa. They're running to Asia. They're going to the Netherlands. They're going to France. They're going to Germany. They're going to Finland and Sweden. How are you a developing nation, sir? They literally, who remembers 3 months ago when I did that whole live about Nigeria? And I showed that not only your rich elites are not even helping the youth stay, but I showed that report when they were talking about the Japas. But all right. You're right. Nigeria is developing. The third biggest economy on that damn continent, but it's developing. All right.
And secondly, these people who come here and study here also have their opportunities to go home and give their talents back. So my plan, obviously, is to do a lot back in my country. I was trained here in the UK. I was fortunate enough to be given the resources to study here and work in the NHS, which is great. And then I've seen how healthcare systems can work.
Now, y'all see this down here. Braverman considers limiting dependent students can bring to UK. This fucker, look this fucker up. This fucker ran there. He did a whole video of him running to the UK. He was on the plane and everything. And he said, I'm going to help my people. The second he got here, probably got his education and a white woman. He said, nah, we're not going to do this. We got to limit how many people can come in on that visa. After he didn't help bring his sister over. And I think another family member. Now he wants to limit it. Remember how the intellectuals of our B1 society talk about the backstabbing culture? There it is.
And then I'm trying my best to go
you
back
see,
and implement that too.
You see absolutely no problem with this. Nigerian citizens accounted for 40% overall of all dependents who accompanied foreign students in the 12 months of the year. Does it strike you as a bit odd that one country should be 40% of all dependents that come accompanying students?
No, I think it's because of our culture and how we see it. I think we really value it when it's very difficult for a Nigerian who's studying in Nigeria to be able to get a student visa or get a working visa here. And when we do, we want to obviously make the best of it. And that's providing a better life for yourself and your family, and thinking that your family can go through a system with the kids who have grown up here and develop and possibly give back to our country if we can.
Well,
all right. You still didn't do it though, but all right. This asshole. All right, black women. I love y'all to death, but y'all let black women. Y'all let the 2023 black women, y'all let Russell Simmons and Kimora Lee's long lost son, y'all let this man go on a podcast and disrespect you, but y'all were creaming your panties because he's biracial and he has a smooth voice. Boy, y'all down bad. I'm not saying all y'all, I'm just saying. Y'all let Russell Simmons and Kimora Lee's long lost son insult y'all via a smooth voice. Interesting.
This is gonna hurt some of y'all feelings, and if it does, that's on you. The prices that these nail techs are charging, they're crazy. It don't make no sense, because they should be charging you more. Y'all don't have no problems going to estheticians, lash techs, makeup artists, hairstylists, and paying buku prices for the services.
Sir, never mind, play.
Now, I'm not saying something's wrong with it.
As they should, right? As they should.
But when a nail tech wants to charge over $100 for a set of nails, now it's the end of the world.
Oh my God.
Now they want to complain about everything under the sun.
Let me tell you something. These nail techs are literally breaking their backs for y'all. Not only having to sit there for 3 hours to hear you vent about your baby daddy problems,
exactly,
smelling these crazy chemicals, getting arthritis in the wrist, and y'all still have the audacity to complain. If your mind,
I need to start a movement. Let me let the last 13 play before I say what I say.
is still stuck in the 2000s, and you think nails should still cost $20 to $25, respectfully, you should not be getting your nails done. Nails are a luxury, not a necessity.
I want all podcast mics taken away, and you got to get a license. If you ain't put at least 3 years in the game, you got to have a license to have a podcast. I'm sorry, because how are you and this grown ass man talking about women's nails? What? Y'all could have been talking about anything else. Y'all talking about what females do in the shop. Y'all literally sat there in that mini clip pocket watching females. Y'all literally sat up there and insulted women. Y'all went up in there and insulted black women. Y'all call them fiscally ignorant. And y'all were cool with that. Oh, Torian, we know, brother. I tell them all the time when they say things like that, they talking about you too. You're not exempt. Baby daddy ain't no. Trust me, if he was talking about white women or Asian women, he would have said, what's the word, family? Ex-husband. Or marital problems. He went straight to baby daddy. But y'all cool with that. We all ain't gonna make it. This video pissed me all the way off.
Drink and drive. The whole time I was here, I could not believe that what they had us doing was legal.
Okay. This video pissed me all the way off. Why? Because these black folks and some white people voluntarily went to an event hosted by the police to demonstrate what alcohol does to you when you're out for a night of leisure. They put their names willfully in the system and conducted these surveys with these cops, giving them free drinks and let them play. Well, I'm going to let it play because as this video goes on and on, it gets more and more off code. But let's go.
The local sheriff's department basically brings you in and gets you drunk and makes you do a field sobriety test. So watch this.
My name is Ty, and this is my first 98 milliliter drink.
My name is James, and this is my first 64 milliliter drink.
Who cares?
This is my first 72 milliliter drink.
Who cares?
And this is my first 72.
Who cares?
So when we sign the consent forms, they ask you your weight and if you want to be a heavy or a light drinker. The first hour, we had to drink 2 drinks.
Hi, my name is Ty, and this is my second drink.
What's going on? My name is James, and this is my second drink.
Who cares?
Hey, y'all. My name is Tiana, and this is my second 72 milliliter.
Who cares?
My name is Paige, and this is my second drink.
Who cares?
My name is Charlene, and this is my second drink.
Who cares?
This is Maya, and this is my second drink. I'm sure you can already hear it in my voice that I was already getting lit. And we start drinking. We start getting friendly. We was playing games. I brought urban trivia. They were playing.
Ma'am, so you contributed to this. You brought a board game. You brought a card game with you. Y'all heard what I just said, right? She brought a card game with her. You went to this way off code event and brought a card game with you. I didn't make that up. I'm gonna let you hear her say it for herself.
My name is Charlene, and this is my second drink.
This is Samaya, and this is my second drink. I'm sure you can already hear it in my voice that I was already getting lit. And we start drinking. We started getting friendly. We was playing games. I brought urban trivia. They were playing.
You brought urban trivia. You brought urban trivia to an event where the cops were giving y'all alcohol.
Where's your family from?
I need to know that because she can't be Black American. I'm sorry, family. I'm not even gonna put that on y'all. She can't be. This chick, she can't be. She can't be.
Where's your family from?
I gotta know. There's no way. Man, you packed a card game to go with police. You let police serve you. You don't even work for police. You gonna tell me whatever building you live in, because I think this was Houston, whatever building you live, they didn't have a pool party that day. They just said, hey, where you went online somewhere, some Facebook group or something, and they said, hey, the cops of this town or this district said, hey, if you want to conduct an experiment with us and have free alcohol and games, come on down. And your ass went down there. You went down there. I'm sorry, but I got 30 people in here. I don't think we're going to go to a police station willfully.
To hear to my voice that I was already getting lit, and we started drinking. We started getting friendly. We was playing games. I brought urban trivia. They were playing spades, spoons. Basically, we was loose as a goose because once that liquor get up in you, it's over. So
I seen maybe 2 white people that weren't cops. The rest is Black and Latinos. Well, damn.
after each hour, you had to take a breathalyzer. And I forgot to mention, we were not allowed to eat from 12 p.m. that day, and we had to wait until after our first drink. So
not only did you bring the board game, the card game, and they said just do what you want. They told y'all can't eat, and you had Laura Winslow, if she was a cop, eating in front of you, and you smiling.
Oh my God, bro. We gonna keep this? Nigga.
after our first drink. So Deputy Wright, she was wrong to be smacking in my ear like that because she knew I was hungry.
And you didn't go home. You stayed for the free booze. You didn't have enough self-respect to say, I'm out of here. You're not finna keep me in here without food.
Once we ate, they let us get our third drink.
One being you're not Timmy. How you feeling?
Your girl's having fun.
Period. I feel like they was low-key bullying us because they would call you out if you were not drinking your drink.
I played the wrong clip. I'm sorry. Ma'am, I don't know you, and I should feel bad for you, but unfortunately, you have entered a space that you probably had all the chance in the world of not entering. I'm not talking about the space with the cops. I'm talking about this space.
You are a triple coon. Dancing queen. Dancing.
You're a triple coon, man. Number one, because you saw the post that them cops did and you didn't ignore it. Number two, you had the nerve to film what you did and your entire excursion for TikTok, which we all know TikTok takes that data and mines it for the eventual social credit score they're trying to implement. So your score is already in the dirt for being a dumbass. But number three, you were whining about the cops bullying you. You actually had the nerve to say that.
We thought things was green with the sobriety test. It clearly was not. The people
I didn't know sobriety tests were a thing to party about.
who are doing our tests were in training. And so basically they have to do this in order to pass and move forward in the academy.
And you got this mother.
Where's your family from?
You got this one over here dancing. She dancing and laughing. This whole thing is. Remember, I told y'all this thing as it goes down the line, it's gonna be more and more off code.
We're in training, and so basically they have to do this in order to pass and move forward in the academy.
This motherfucker thinks she listening to R. Kelly's 1-2 step.
Now, this is real training for them, but we were having fun. But baby, since I've been losing weight, let me tell you, I was toe down. I do want to add, we did have to Uber there, so nobody drove home or they brought DDs. They do this twice a year, but I don't think I can do it again.
Free my nigga till it's backwards.
Free my.
Oh my God, bro. We gonna keep this? Nigga.
%87% of you Negroes should not have social media.
In total, it took about 5 hours. And at the end, they let us know our alcohol levels. And I was right under the legal limit, 0.77.
Well, let's give you the Butter Biscuit Award. Unbelievable. Get some.
Crowd is really up in this bitch.
Wait, I can't play that song music. Get it. Get it. Get it. This is a palate cleanser, family. Get it. Get it. Get it. Get it. Get some. Damn you. Play it again. Get some. So nice. They have graduated, so they are dancing after they get their diploma. That was beautiful. We got to see our young people graduate. Let's just hope they do not become coons. Here you go. Y'all gonna like this. I'm man. Pastor them fell. You had to turn around. Go ahead. She can't hold it. Lord. It's on. Yes, sir. We all fall down, but we get up. She lost it. She lost the game. She laughed. She lost the game. Get it. Yes, past the falls, we pick him up. Just like the waters did with Noah's Ark. We all fall short of his glory, whether it be in the light or the dark. The fucked up part is we didn't even see the pastor was okay, but we don't care. Here we go. This is for my Caribbean folks. So FBA, don't be mad at me. Don't be mad.
Miss Phillips.
Yes.
Ting-a-ling-a-ling.
School bell rings. Nice man, park a pipe for dumpling.
Ting-a-ling-a-ling.
School bell ring. Nice man, park a pipe for dumpling. So make sure it's on your knees.
Ting-a-ling-a-ling.
School bell ring. Nice man, park.
Mr. Brown. Ting-a-ling-a-ling.
Well, there was an FBA in the house. Oh, wait. What did she say? Hey, Shamika Gray. Hello. I don't think I said hi to you. Which TikTok video, McFackin? Hello. You talking about the one with the cops? Them fools answered it. If it was the one about the cops, them fools answered an ad or a Facebook post or something that said the police are giving out free drinks to conduct field sobriety tests for their cadets. And if anybody want to come down for free drinks and games and stuff, come through. And them off-code Negroes went. Shamika Gray said, Lord, free my people.
Free my people. No. Free my people. Free my people. No.
So FBA was in the building on this video right here. He didn't even know what ting-a-ling means. Like, I don't know nothing what you talking about. But go ahead. Wait. So this counts as school wear? She's allowed to wear this for school wear? Damn, the standards have changed. Have they not, family? But all right.
Ting-a-ling-a-ling.
School bell ring. Knife and fork a fight for dumpling.
So even the Panamanian didn't even know the words. All right.
Ting-a-ling-a-ling.
School bell ring. Knife and fork a fight for dumpling.
School bell ring. Knife and fork a fight for dumpling. Ladies, ting-a-ling-a-ling.
School bell ring.
Miss Joseph, ting-a-ling-a-ling.
School bell ring.
Ting-a-ling-a-ling.
School bell ring.
Ting-a-ling-a-ling.
School bell ring. Knife and fork a fight for dumpling.
Miss Phillips.
Miss Phillips got to have green hair in school. That's fire. Shout out to Miss Phillips. Oh, y'all are like this. Hulk Hogan says his racial comments saying the N-word were a speed bump. That's not who I was, and everybody knew that. Right. Whatever. Torian, there is your I guess you could do a triple P. There you go. Here it is. This is what Micah Johnson, Chris Dorner, and Gavin Long were trying to protect us from.
How you doing? That's that. Oh, you.
You.
What's up?
You know me?
Go ahead and talk to her.
How you doing? I don't know you. No, I don't know her. I don't know you. But when I saw you, right, I said, "Did she?" Not she. I didn't know it was she. I'm like, "Is she really about to pull me over?" He's like, "Nah, you good." She just giving me the light. I'm like, "Nah, that means pull over."
And who are you? Sorry.
I'm just a regular guy trying to get off work. But I'm assuming you probably asking who I am because I have a gun on my chest. I'm
that's all I hear about.
Firearm instructor slash enthusiast, if you will.
Where you say you work at?
I'm a firearm instructor. Yes, ma'am.
I cannot. Y'all have to open carry?
Well, it's funny you said that. So a couple, like 12 years ago, Maryland was concealed carry. Recently, maybe like 8 years ago, now it's wearing carry. So technically in Maryland, I mean, I'm an instructor, so I don't tell people to walk around like that, but I'm always teaching. This is, what like I said, so guns is my business. But technically in Maryland, yes, open carry is legal. However, since it's not common, you will be questioned by law enforcement since what's going on now. But yeah, technically, I got the statute and all that. If you want to see, a lot of cops,
I don't know statute.
you wouldn't know why. Yeah, why would you? Right? Yeah, but so technically, but I tell not my clients, but students don't open carry because you don't want to deal with that. But like I said, I'm actually on my way to a class now, so this is my uniform all day, every day.
You going to a class right now?
Well, are you familiar with Free State, Middle River?
Yes.
I'm gonna meet like 4 girls up there and shoot with them,
Always got
private.
recordings ready and all. All right, we'll try right here.
All right.
Here go my sergeant. What's up? How you been?
How you been? I haven't seen you in a minute.
I know I haven't. I see you in a new vehicle. This different.
I'm always getting pulled over, so I try to switch up my whip.
And then you right in the middle. Then you know how you make people feel.
No.
Stuff.
I had the lights.
Why this right? What is this?
What this?
No, I know the camera on. Yeah, what is this?
I also own a.
I know you do.
I haven't seen them, and that's why I'm like.
I know.
Is this Northern?
Huh?
Is this Northern?
Yes.
But let's be honest. Was this not a perfect example? I had my lights on. Now she probably was suspicious in you because it took me a minute to pull over. I was.
Bruh, I'm sorry, but y'all, them Maryland girls, they accent got me in a chokehold, blood. Lord. I couldn't live in Maryland, bro. I couldn't do it. I had to marry one of them chicks. I couldn't do it. The way y'all be sitting. Bruh. Oh my God. Here you go.
The announcement's been made 2 days before official statistics are expected to show net legal migration has hit a record 700,000 this year. Our home editor, Mark Easton, reports.
Lights, a front room in the West Midlands. Camera, a YouTuber helping Nigerians come to Britain. And action.
Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your boy E to the M.
Among ND's hundreds of videos are guides on how to get a student visa to come to the UK.
Because there's new information regarding the student route to the UK.
Last year, a fifth of international student visas were issued to Nigerians. 120,000 people in total, half of them students, half their dependents. But MD believes many are actually coming not for a new qualification, so much as a new life.
So the student thing is not real. It's not like they need the degrees. They need the degree as an access route to come into the country. So
McFack said, ting-a-ling-a-ling, is that something new from Jamaica? Boy, McFack.
Now get out, man. 2 of you are fucking up a nice day.
Ting-a-ling-a-ling? All right, McFack. Real quick. Ting-a-ling-a-ling is Shabba Ranks' most famous song. This is the song that he took up. Nah, I'm sorry. Yeah, that he took up here along with Trailer Loader Gal and ushered in the boom of the dancehall craze. Ting-a-ling is a legendary song in Jamaica. That is one of the greatest dancehall records ever made.
He believes many are.
That's why a lot of Caribbean people know it. That song has been around since late 80s, early 90s. But yeah, but back to this Nigerian. He telling.
Actually coming not for a new qualification so much as a new life.
So the student thing is not real. It's not like they need the degrees. They need the degree as an access route to come into the country. So a lot of these people get their priorities shifted real fast.
So it's really about getting into the UK.
Exactly. And then not about the education. It's not really about the education.
Nigerians have a word for what's going on here. Jack.
He telling. Go ahead, Grandma. Do your thing. Go ahead, Grandma.
9 years old, and I do this 2 or 3 times a day.
What you doing?
Run up the hill.
Get it, Grandma. Get it. She gonna up that hill. Get it. Get it. Get it.
How does that feel?
Woo! Hallelujah.
How does that feel?
Feel good. Now, how do you feel?
I feel pretty good. I feel pretty good.
She do that 3 times a day. Go ahead, Grandma. Do your thing. You know who can't do that? Carolyn Bryan Dunham. Oops, I wasn't supposed to say that.
One more thing. Bye-bye, bitch. One more thing.
I ain't gonna play it again on her. Enjoy your life, Grandma. Go ahead. Here go my man.
Now he ain't talking to me because my homeboy got mad at me. Now he ain't talking to me because we in the club and he tried to talk to these women, but he married. And I told him, hey, bro, you need to cut that out. He talking, man, why you hating, bro? Well, I ain't hating. I ain't tell you to walk down that aisle. I ain't tell you introduce me to this woman and you go get that ring on your finger. Got me out on this wedding, spending all this money. Watch you come in this club and cheat and mess it all up. That's my money I spent on your wedding. I spent my money on your wedding, and I spent a lot of it too. We all in Vegas and all of that, all these casinos, and I'm spending all of my money. Nah, y'all stand together. You the one introduced me to this lady. Got me calling her sis all the time and all that. I'm not gonna be lying in this woman face. Boy, you better go get you a drink. I pay for it. Get you a drink and sit down somewhere, bro, because you ain't finna. Nah, I spent too much money on y'all wedding.
I think he right, but you know, he just talking how he feel. Oh yes, this lady. Oh yes, this is a sister right here.
If you came over here on a boat from Italy, why are you in my face fighting for white people that oppressed you? They called you a dirty dog, denied you right of employment, said no Italians working here, literally thought you were the scum of the earth. Why are you out here fighting for them? Asking me why. I don't like them. Why are you out here on defense of motherfuckers that stepped on you in your full Italianness? And the only way that you could fight back was to become them. That's crazy to me. In my full blackness, I could never do that. No, really, I couldn't. I can't, because I'm black. But you can, and you did. And now you made your oppressor your zaddy. And now you identify as your zaddy. And your zaddy white. That's your zaddy now. Now you fight on behalf of him. And now you fight on behalf of motherfuckers that slung mud at you. Called you all types of names and shit. There's levels of Stockholm Syndrome that I can see in certain people. But nothing reaches the highest level of Stockholm Syndrome. You motherfuckers that came and keep talking about how you came here on boats. From Italy and Ireland and shit. Got treated like shit. Only to then become the people that treated you like shit. Because unlike us black people, you could assimilate. Unlike that nutless energy that y'all bring, we still fight our oppressor every day. Because I'll be damned if we make our oppressor our zaddy, like you did. You made your oppressor your zaddy. That's your zaddy now. And in the end, you became your zaddy, your oppressor. I'm sorry you can't be like us. That's your zaddy now. You made your oppressor your zaddy. Then you became him. That's the truth you don't like.
I'm finna get her on the show. I'm working on that right now, family. We gonna get Breezy Fox on the show, family. I'm gonna do it for the culture. We finna do it for the culture. The culture may need this. We may need to bring her down to the new black media. I think I need to do that for us. I love the sister's energy. And the reason why I love the sister's energy is because I found out that she cussed out that Jeffrey Mead individual. And it was a beautiful cuss out. You know how when you cuss somebody out and you cuss them, you do it so elegantly and so classy. Yeah, she didn't do it here. She read that boy for filth. And I liked it. I liked it a lot. So yeah, right now we working on this. I'm just waiting for her to get back to me. We finna bring it down here. I almost want to play it again, but nah. Oh, women so classy, are they not? They're so classy. So sister, they don't want me to talk about. They don't want me to talk about Domino's Pizza Gate. They don't want me to do that. They don't want me to do that because it's still going on. This chick. Oh, this chick.
Man should always make a way. I feel like I'm not gonna work my hands to the bones to provide.
My hands to.
I'm not gonna work 16 to 20 hours a day or a week to provide.
You can't work 16 to 20 hours a week. That's light work.
Should always make a way. I feel like I'm not gonna work my hands to the bones to provide. I'm not gonna work 16 to 20 hours a day or a week to provide for my family. You're the man. You have the penis. Go get a job. Get 3 jobs. My man has 2 jobs. Go get 7 jobs and 2 side hustles to buy me the things that I want.
She's for the streets. I hope her man saw that. It was like, what did you say on there? So you can't go help out with the bills in the house, or at least keep the money in your pocket that you make. But the nigga need to go kill himself to go get the stuff that you need. Yeah, I hope he saw that and said, no, we either got to have a conversation or you got to go. Yeah, get some. Get some. Model minority, once again, get some. He backed up. And it's good. Back up, back up, back up, back up. That's what you get. Bang. We love it. We love it. We love it. We love it. We love it, family. You know why we love it? Because Aang from Avatar: The Last Airbender got that work. We love it. There you go.
Funny. You are better than I remember. But still predictable. Predict this. Huh. Very interesting. Fair enough. We will meet again, Red Master.
That was creative as hell. I like that. I would watch that on the big screen. I would do that. I would actually watch that. Yes. Social media was made to occupy people with too much time in their hands. Go get a job like that broad wouldn't do. Go outside and inhale. But that video was probably one of the most creative videos I've ever seen. And I think that person was black. No, they look white. Never mind. But that was cool. Who remembers this?
Hey, maybe you don't have to go to the zoo after all. It looks like there are wild animals right here.
I beg your pardon. I beg your pardon.
That's why Caillou got canceled. This song. This song. Look at the white guy. Look at Mr. White Man. Look at Mr. White Man. He's like, what is going on? Why y'all doing Justin Timberlake half brother like that? Why y'all doing that man like that?
This is hilarious because black game nights really be this intense. And honestly, if it's not this intense, I don't want it. And I never really seen a person at a black game night like this, so I never thought, like, wonder what they think. Because we be going in. We be like this before the game even starts. This is just us going over the taboo rules, right? Every game night be like this. Spades, Monopoly, and we should be having a good time.
Sonic.
Black folks, we like loud. We love it. Loud, good. Quiet, bad. Loud, lit, good. Quiet, not lit, bad. I want to fuss. I want to say, no, you said that word. You said, you can't even, you use the past tense of the word. And the taboo, that's a band, that's a buzzer. Hold the time up. Hold the time up. Hold it. Pause it. No, start over. We said at the beginning, you can't use no present tense, past tense, rhymes with. You can't do none of that. All right, now we're having fun.
Facts.
Gen X off the hook. Why aren't we talking shit about those guys?
Because, sir, we will fuck you up. We fought in real life, not on the internet. We are the last generation of feral children. We didn't have safe spaces. We didn't have trigger warnings. No one was allergic to fucking gluten. We mind our own business. We are older than Google. We are not the bigger person. Leave us alone.
Say, cut the check.
Who let Gen X off the hook? Why aren't we talking shit about those guys?
Because, sir, we will fuck you up. We fought in real life, not on the internet. We are the last generation of feral children. We didn't have safe spaces. We didn't have trigger warnings. No one was allergic to fucking gluten. We mind our own business. We are older than Google. We are not the bigger person. Leave us alone.
Oh, I know Blacklight. That's gonna be a new movie. They're gonna bring the white guy in for game night, and he gonna turn out to be a psychotic killer. We know this. I'm upset because she's acting like a garbage bag. God, dog. And by the way, Gen Y is the last ones because we will pull up on somebody. We don't talk on the internet. We really don't. Most of us in Gen Y do not talk on the internet. We will come see you. Get some.
Did I tell you me and mama got you? Did I tell you me and mama got you? Don't ever not think I ain't got you. Don't ever think I ain't got you, man. You been blessing me all your life. Don't ever think I ain't got you, bro. You been a blessing to me and mama all your life. And I'm gonna go all out for you. I'm gonna go all out for Jamaica John and a keg. That's what I'm talking about right there. That's yours. That's yours. That's yours. You deserve every bit of that. I told you, man. All you gotta do is just trust. Believe God always and know who your mom and dad. Man, we got you. Didn't I tell you that? Look at that. Look at that. That's yours. That's yours. Yeah, man. That's yours. Your dad. You believe, hey, you believe that. That's yours. Hey, that's yours. That's yours. That's yours, man. When you put in that kind of work and be the kid and the young man that you are, that's how you get blessed, man. Huh? I told you that, man. You so blessed, man. Man, you so blessed. Man, I can sleep at night. I ain't got to worry. I can sleep, man. I can have peace. Dude, you daddy, man, fella. You deserve all that, bro.
By the way, as heartwarming as it is, it's not lost on me that hey, white supremacists, since y'all and your little black bootlicks ran around last weekend talking about, oh, Tyler Perry lives in $100 million home. Tell me again how black people are oppressed. It's funny. You jackasses don't put up videos like this. Let's ask those questions. Why you jackasses put up videos like this? Oh, I know why. Because the daddy is around, right? The daddy is in the home. The boy ain't on his way to go play no sport. At least I don't think so. The boy busted his ass in school, and his daddy and mama said, you bust your ass in school, we got you. You don't give us no trouble, we got you. And he buckled down, did what he did, graduated high school, and now he finna be on his way to a nice summer in a car that's his. Why you jackasses don't put up these type of videos? It's not hard. I found it. Hmm. And that, my friends, has been another edition of Twitter Things. That was fun. But before I go, I do have a statement to make. I know people are going to look at this and say, them Negroes over there lionizing 3 men who killed police. My rebuttal to that is, you still don't get it. Soul Sister, we're gonna do that show one day, but it's gonna be on Rumble because I can't do it here. But I appreciate you dropping all these facts. But yeah, they'll look at that stream, this one we're on right now, and think to themselves, he's over here lionizing cop killers. And my rebuttal again will be, you still don't get it. See, y'all see cop killers and think you're right. You see people like me and others in black spaces, and even the white ones, say they're heroes, and you'll say we're wrong. What if I told you that it was reversed? You were the ones that were wrong. See, you would think that after 2020, white people would have woken up to what the world really is. I'm sorry, family, but after 2020, did black people change all that much? I mean, politically and socially, we delineated and really started calling out those that are wishing us harm on our side. That dividing line became almost as big as the Grand Canyon. Blacklight, the only reason why I didn't put Tupac up there is because it's Memorial Day. And all 3 of these gentlemen were in the armed services. That's why Tupac's not up there. It's 2020, and here we are 3 years later, and the white liberal and the white conservative still hasn't figured out how the world works. They're overcompensating for their lack of intelligence. Y'all are really out here for the past 3 years trying to explain what's going on in the world, and you've really spent 3 years just reinforcing the fact you don't have a clue what goes on out here. You have rose-colored glasses to the world. Unless Fox News or some other outlets telling you how to think, like One American Network or Newsmax or Breitbart, you have no clue how the world works. It was becoming more and more evident after Rush Limbaugh passed away. See, as racist as he was, we can at least admit over here, he told the white people the truth. He told y'all who y'all were. Y'all swear up and down you were the smartest people on earth because you think you built societies. And here we are in 2023, and your society is collapsing. By the way, you don't see us panicking now, do you? Yeah, we're fighting for reparations. What's your cope for it? Well, how are you going to get reparations? How are you going to get reparations when the government is bankrupt? Great. Guess what? They just signed a debt ceiling deal yesterday. So the U.S. can get more debt, but the country still runs. Imagine that. Doesn't seem like they're so worried now, does it? Especially when most of the debt that we have in this country is linked to an ally in Japan. But y'all so worried about China, right? Interesting. Hey, white people, when were you going to tell your crowd that? I'm asking for a friend. I'm asking for your Mayo clique. When were y'all gonna tell y'all people that? Because again, Breitbart and One American News and Newsmax and Fox News and CNN to a lesser extent, they love talking about China, China, China. But did y'all ever say to yourselves, I got this smartphone, let's see how much China owes, and realize that China is number 2 behind Japan? But the only reason why they won't bring up Japan is because Japan's an ally. Interesting. You say we're dumb. I see 3 intelligent black men who were playing chess while y'all were playing blue and black checkers. There, I'm going to say the word, family. Lynchings. Got the police on notice. So much so they're trying to clean it up now. Again, it took these 3 brothers to really put the spotlight on police. They have cops backpedaling now. Remember, again, Chris Dorner, they tried to say he was crazy. He really got fired for saying that people were being racist in the department, and he saw a black man get his brains kicked in. LAPD, who investigated themselves, said it never happened, even though the witness said it did happen. But because they didn't see any marks on it, because they're trained to kick your ass and not leave a mark, it didn't happen. Put out the documentary after he allegedly passes away. And then we have years later, they're saying, you know what? He might have been right. But of course, they'll never tell you that. Funny how that worked out. You see 3 black men that took out police. I see 3 black men who got fed up. Because trust and believe, white people, if this was y'all would have had statues for these people already. What's that? Hey, family, what's that what's that statement that white people love to always say? I think it's attributed to Thomas Jefferson. It's about patriots. No, I'm sorry. It wasn't Thomas Jefferson. Love saying this. It was Thomas Jefferson. The tree of liberty must be refreshed with the blood of patriots and tyrants. The tree of life must be refreshed with the blood of patriots and tyrants. I see three, which I like to call tyrants. I see 3 patriots on my screen. They represented Black society well. They told y'all about the BS. You said no. Nothing going on. They're crazy. Chris Dorner's case. I played the video where the white woman and her ex-cop husband said, I'm just trying to clear my name. Guess what? The ex-cop knew how to, I'm sure, get out of that situation. He could have taken down Chris Dorner if he wanted to. He would have been a hero to this day. How much you want to bet he sympathized with what that man was going through? Y'all love talking about taking up arms against this corrupt government, Second Amendment. But these three men lead a one-armed militia, a one-person militia, and y'all want to demonize them. Oh, because they weren't sent. I'll say that again. Y'all demonize these three men because they weren't sent. It's easy for y'all to send them overseas to go kill everybody else, but damn if they come back home and they do what they were trained to do. Kind of sounds very, very similar to the police now, doesn't it? Your tax money is perfectly used to oppress Black folks, but we've been telling you, once they're finished protesting and oppressing us and complaining that they're not getting enough money, to the fact that the president stands up at his State of the Union address and says, refund the police multiple times, and you still didn't see it, they're talking about you too. And I sat there and proved it to you with that Arkansas white man. That was rural cops. What do you think they're going to do to you when they want to build these 15-minute cities? Karen and Ken. Because y'all wanted the thrill of the big city. Y'all wanted to go to the gentrified areas where they were fucking up Black folks and bringing down the property value so you can buy it for a song and think you did something impressive. Great. When they run us out of these neighborhoods, who do you think the cops are going to turn to next? That's right, you. But let's continue. Hey, white people, you ran us out all through the North and the Midwest and the West. Okay, cool. So we said, all right, we're going to go back home. We're going to go to the South. Because that's where most of our kinfolk were. And that's where we have the most connection in this country that doesn't love us. Okay, we did that. What ended up happening, family? They came and followed us down here. Now, didn't they? The New Yorkers left. The Black New Yorkers left. Went down to the DMV area. Went down to North Carolina. Went down to Georgia, and Florida. Where did white people go? Maryland, DMV area, North Carolina, Georgia, and Florida. Ran us up out of our neighborhoods where shit was cheap. Gentrified the fuck out of it, and now it's unaffordable to you. So you ran where Black folks are at because we got it popping everywhere else we went. Ran niggas out of the upper Midwest. Yes, you did. So they said, okay, cool. We finna go back down south. We're going to go to Texas. We're going to get Texas pop. Houston starts getting popping. So much so that there was so much investment down in Houston. y'all couldn't take it, so y'all had to flood it in there with the Latinos, and then y'all show up there. Now Houston, you can't even go there. Same thing with Dallas. San Antonio, black folks went to San Antonio. They were like, all right, y'all ain't gonna go this far down. Y'all showed up right down there. Thank you, 007 Spidey. Right when 2020 hit and y'all fired all them cops. Where did them cops go? Damn right. They ran right to DeSantis. Making more money. A cop gave up patrolling East New York, Brooklyn to go to West Palm Beach, where in February he can have his windows down in the bright sun. He traded pigeons for seagulls. Dare I say these three men were part of the resistance. Hey, white people, I think it's time that you guys admit that you created a police state. The same thing y'all sat on your Stormfront websites and your Reddit posts and your white supremacist YouTube channels and your Rumble channels, and you were listening to Alex Jones, listening to Crowder and them talking about police states for years. Why don't you just finally admit that your bullshit created it? Y'all don't even realize when y'all talk, y'all sound retarded. Again, y'all still don't get it. You got people running around Twitter thinking they're so smart, talking about black folks. Either they're white, Latino, or the model minority. And every time they open your mouth, y'all not checking them. You want to know why white supremacists is dominating the lexicon right now? Because if you ain't black and you ain't down for the cause, you're a white supremacist. Then y'all come out and say, how can a black person be a white supremacist? Easily. If they're parroting what y'all talking about, that's detrimental to us, they're a white supremacist. If they're a Latino doing something detrimental against black people, but then got the nerve on their census and applications writing that they're white, even though they're like our skin color, yeah, they're a white supremacist. If they're the model minority and they have a following, Dinesh D'Souza, running their mouth talking about black people who have lower IQs than most people, you're a white supremacist. Oh, Dinesh D'Souza, by the way, dumbass, we have such low IQs, right? I'm actually going to give this coon actually some praise right now. Dinesh D'Souza, you say black people have low IQs, correct? How come Candace Owens is above you, sir? Oops, I wasn't supposed to say that. I'm sorry. I wasn't supposed to say that. I apologize. I wasn't supposed to say that.
What the hell?
What the hell? What the?
But it's Memorial Day, so we'll repeat. Dinesh D'Souza, since you want to run around with Vivek and Bobby Jindal and all these other South Asians cracking on black people because somehow in your deluded minds, because Kamami is the vice president, you think you get a pass to talk about black folks because of what she did with black people, even though y'all swear up and now y'all hate her, but y'all really don't. Y'all look at her like, sis, if black people have these low IQs, like you say, how come Candace Owens is over you, sir? How come when they talk about black conservatives, she's the first name that pops up? Hell, even when they bring up conservatives, she's usually in the top 5. They don't even mention you, sir. And you've been debunked like how many times? Fox News is willing to call her for a Coon segment. They won't call you. You're hanging on to David Rubin giving you a look in a DVD that he's trying to create. Oops, I wasn't supposed to say that.
What the hell?
What the hell? What the?
Yo, bitch ass might as well run for president. That'll bring you some relevancy. You might as well call up Vivek and say, let me be your running mate. I'm sorry, I'm gonna say it. Y'all two hooked up together. Y'all could be the 2-man Curry trip. Since you want to insult my cousins, let's just get to the insulting then. Sir, it's okay. We're in the day and age of social media, sir. It's okay to admit that black girl that put you into the locker in college. It's okay. It's time to get over that. You can't hang on to that much hurt. Dumbass. It's kind of like what Computer Robot said. I'll condense it for you. You talking all this about white folk, because I saw the post. White people were in there kicking your ass. I thought they loved you. Huh? I thought they loved you. Sir, I'm gonna say it. Christina Amanpour over there on CNN got more clout than you, sir. And you got a Trump cosign. Damn, I wasn't supposed to say that.
Who cares?
You right, Torian. I said it already. You got a Trump cosign and you're irrelevant. Ain't that about a bitch?
Be nice. Yeah. Let's be nice. We don't have to go there. I mean, you're not wrong, but you didn't have to say it. I mean, good Lord.
Y'all don't believe me. All right, say less. Dude, I understand. Black people are out here having so much fun. Y'all, what y'all call it? We don't have a care in the world. We just don't stress on things. It's all right, bro. It's okay. He's not here for you. And then you thought you were impressive by trying to hide it behind a political tweet. You thought you did something impressive. No, sir. No, sir. Because we can easily disprove your theory, sir. Here's your tweet. And then I'm going to get out of here after I roast this asshole. So this white guy said the most important truth in American politics is that no one ever talks about. Half the population has an IQ below the median, and the GOP represents them. Over the past generation, the parties have sorted themselves according to intelligence as well as other ways. Very fair statement. Because we all know they're talking to their constituencies. And again, 2016 proved this. Trump's biggest voting bloc was the white non-educated male. And close by was the white woman. So Dinesh saw this and said, I'm going to jump on it. 6 hours ago, 6.5 hours ago, said virtually every IQ study over the past half century shows that blacks, who are the rock solid base of the Democrat Party, have the lowest IQ of any ethnic group, one standard deviation below whites and Asian Americans. How is this compatible with your thesis? Great. Hey, Dinesh, let's analyze that, sir. Okay, we're one standard deviation below whites and Asian Americans. Yet if we took our intellectual property, our intelligence, and our cash and walked away, this world would turn into a third world war zone. Interesting. If we played the games that the white folk played in the 50s and 60s, white people would lose their minds. Interesting. Bet you didn't think about that now, did you, when you wrote this stupid ass tweet? Hey, Dinesh D'Souza, again, Candace Owens is above you, sir. How many people you got on Twitter? 3.3 million, sir. You got 715,000 views on this going at black people. Dare I say, if I bet if I go through the rest of your tweets, I bet you they don't push over 100,000. I could be wrong. Let's see. How many views? Well, this one doesn't tell views. This is a pinned tweet. Well, it should, but 84. You wrote this 6 hours ago. 85. Trump. Okay, 198. You had to tweet Trump. Where's your regular tweet, sir? Come on now. You had to mention Tucker Carlson. Give me an original tweet, sir. Where are your original tweets? 47,000. You jumped on Target CEO and you retweeted yourself. Why would you retweet yourself, sir? Are we going to talk? No. Soul Sister. Shaba Rank. No. Here Comes the High Stepper was Any Commos. And it's Hot Stepper. Come on, sir. Your numbers ain't looking nice. Carrie Lake War Room, 7.8 million. You're biting. That's not even your tweet. Where are your original tweets, sir? I see a lot of retweets. Here we go. Why would you retweet yourself? 164. When did you do this? May 26th. So 3 days. It took you 3 days. Look at this. Dude, this nigga got the whole Guyanese fit. Look at this. This is a fit you would see in Guyana right now. This is a fit. No shade on the Guyanese people, but they love them some polos. He already looks like his pot of curry chicken would suck. Sir, why does your face look like somebody had to scrunch your face up, put stuff underneath your cheek? Come on, bro. Another one, 104,000. Took you 3 days to get that. Sir, Coondins can put out a tweet and within an hour she get over 500,000 views. And you got 3.3 million people. Come on, sir. Your numbers are in the dirt. Where is your original thoughts? Shopping at Target has always been like rummaging in a dumpster, and now we can have even more reason to stay away. Now you lying. Dude, you have to retweet yourself to boost your numbers. Sir, I could do this all day. Nobody cares about what you got to say. Nobody cares. But you had the nerve to write this. Like you did something impressive. What is this? Oops. 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 Five years probation for campaign finance fraud. Community confinement center. The grift is real. The grift is real. The grift is strong with that one. We're really going to take the word of a felon. All right. Hey, D'Souza. I would hope Trump brings you into the fold, sir, because if DeSantis wins, he already told you what he's gonna do with felons, sir. He already told you that. See, if you get arrested again and it's a felony, yeah, you're gonna have to sit down and do your whole term, sir. So the white man came back on you and said, generally speaking, people who believe that black people are inherently stupid or inferior to white people are considered racist in our society. He said, you're the one who invoked IQ tests to show the GOP is made up of stupid people. Now you repudiate those same tests when they completely undermine your thesis on the grounds that their conclusions are racist. So is IQ a reliable measure of intelligence or not? Not for you, sir. Because I go back to his original tweet. He never said anything about IQ test. He said intelligence quotient, not testing it. You brought up the tests. Number one, I don't think black people take the IQ test like that. So yeah. Then Dinesh, you're using white supremacist talking points, sir. Yes, felons can run for office. But again, like I said, Carla, if DeSantis wins, he already said he's going to stop first step and make people do their full sentence. He's a Fed felon. So, and he's a public figure. So anything that he does, the FBI gonna come looking for him. So yeah, he better stay safe out there. But yeah, black people don't do IQ tests like that, sir. So how would you know they're underneath? Oh, because you hear Baltimore's kids are reading under grade level, right? That's just the entirety of black folks. I say again, you were so worried about black people. You have black people in your own ideological spectrum that are over you. So they can't be that dumb. Okay. Okay. It's been shown many times that IQ is affected by environmental issues like lead contamination or fluorine in the water. It is disingenuous of you to suggest that it has anything to do with the amount of melanin in someone's skin. Melanin has no effect on IQ whatsoever. He said, I never suggested that simply applying the same IQ standard that was used in Bruce Bartlett's original tweet. Again, no, you didn't. Which is why you got cooked in the replies. You didn't use that standard, sir. Now y'all wonder why I called them dumb conservatives. And why I did that show called Conservatives Can't Read. He called them Danish. Why don't you list every IQ study that shows this evidence? Show you don't expect us to take your word for this extraordinary claim. He said, here's a summary of a recent study. I'm not endorsing it, merely sharing the results. You can find many others that show a similar pattern. Interestingly, there are no studies that show the opposite result. Blacks on top, whites in the middle, Asians on the bottom. Again. They're so dumb. Black people do not take IQ tests, sir. Chart by Cremu Risuel. So you took a French chart and something that nobody on this thread has ever heard of, and you're taking it as gospel. Carlton Wayne, no, I don't want him to be ashamed of himself. Fuck him. I want him to talk everything he wants about black people, because guess what? When he out in the street and the black person ride up on him and ask him, "Are you really about that life?" I don't want to hear none of this. I don't want to hear no backtracking. Stand on it. You said what you said. Stand on it. Look a black person in the face and tell them that they're dumber than your average black or your average Asian. Please. I dare him. Because we know he ain't going to do it. He going to get the splaining. By the way, couldn't help but notice, because I looked up where he got this from. This is why, again, I say conservatives are stupid. I just typed in the place where he got that from. He got that from a Substack posting. Substack. Family, this is why I say conservatives are stupid and they can't read. Sir, you're really about to sit up here and debate black IQ levels from a Substack where the first thing you see is a chicken McNugget eating a graph. We're supposed to take you serious. You didn't go to Pew. You didn't go to Gallup. You didn't go to WAPO. You didn't even go to fucking Mensa and get your data from who conducts IQ tests. You didn't go there. You went to somebody's Substack You went to. Oh, we know her, and they tried to fire her. I think they actually did, though. McFack. I think they actually fired her for that. But back to Dinesh. Dinesh, sir, stop talking. We can't take you serious. We can't take you serious, sir. This person don't even live in America, sir. They don't even live in America, sir. And we're supposed to take you serious. We're supposed to take you serious. I'm supposed to take this serious, sir. Seriously, I'm supposed to take this serious. He's talking about Europe, and he brought this up, and you taking it as gospel. And the people don't even live here. Yeah, she got her pension, but she lost her job. Correct. But to him, he think we just taking IQ tests all day. He'd be shocked if we all took IQ tests. He'd actually be shocked. We might actually be near the top. But I know what a lot of them do. A lot of them go into the hood, into the failing schools, and give them the IQ test and then use that. But all right. But again, sir, you used a European Substack to show that black people in America had the lowest IQ. But I like how you didn't mention the Caribbeans and the Africans were above them. I like how you didn't add that touch because you knew what was going to happen. But yeah, I'm supposed to take you serious. Okay. He's right. Because I can look at these IQ scores and I can change the wording around. Instead of saying IQ scores, I could say income, and all these numbers would be right. Excepting the bottom can interchange. But okay, we're supposed to take you serious. You're an intellectual. Remember that. He's an author. There you go. Got the racists up in there too. Even though, even white women are getting at you. Gay white women getting at you. They brought up your arrest record, sir. India is now the poorest. Well, I don't know if you're from India. I think you are, but India now is the poorest nation in the world. Pretend Caucasian, huh? You just like us, sir. Like how your conservative people like to talk. We just numbers to y'all, right? Mm. Hmm. All right. Must be nice. That was a fun little detour, wasn't it, in our family? Dinesh D'Souza, I'm sure Tori ain't got a nice video coming for that, man. But yeah, you got cooked. Tariq cooked you. Jason Black's probably gonna cook you over the weekend. Black Light gonna cook you. Don't let Seji Hito cook you. Cause he don't raise his voice. Don't let Harvey see that. Harvey gonna cook you. And he don't even get up on the mic. Phil Scott, oh Lord, Phil Scott, a million people gonna cook you. Yeah. Cope with the fact that you are irrelevant, sir. Cope with the fact that these three men have more street cred than you. That's all I gotta say today, family. I hope everybody enjoyed the live. Relax for the rest of the night. Enjoy the rest of your Memorial Day. Do that last minute grilling. And maybe after Wednesday, I'll put up something on the community posts to just let you know how the channel is going to look going forward. I'd like to thank y'all for coming through. Take care. Stay safe out there. I did say Harvey, Spidey, but thank you. Take care. Stay safe out there. And you know what to do when the agitators of peace come to mess up your existence.